The upcoming newscast is about Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird. It goes more in depth about Bob Ewell's death. The news reporters find out background information about who killed Ewell. This just in, Bob Ewell's been found dead in the schoolyard.
Our field reporter Stephen has more on the story. Stephen?
Thanks, Q. Tom, I'm here with Officer Heck Tate, who investigated the scene. Tate, what exactly happened here last night?
Bob Ewell fell on his knife while attacking two neighborhood children.
Who else was here last night?
Mr. Arthur Riley was here on the scene of the crime.
Did anything else happen?
Mr. Arthur Riley was there to help the children escape from all the dangers out there.
Well, that's all we have to ask you for now. Now back to the studio.
Go.
Thank you, Stephen. We'll have more on this story and other news when we return.
We're back from the commercial break, and we have more details on Bob Ewell's death.
Our field reporter Stephen is with Scout Finch, a witness from the scene. Stephen?
Thanks, Q. Tom, I'm here with Scout Finch, who was a witness during the scene. Tell us what happened, Scout.
I was walking home in the pitch black with Jem when we heard something. I thought it was one of our friends, but Bob Ewell attacked us.
Can you go into any more detail?
Boo Radley saved us. He helped us get back home safely.
Thanks, Scout. That's all the time we have for today. Now back to the studio.
So we learned what today, Tom?
We learned that Boo Radley was at the scene and helped the children escape.
Now on to other news. We're back and we have more details on the death of Bob Ewell.
Our field reporter Stephen is with Atticus Finch at the scene.
Thanks, Q. Tom, I'm here with Atticus Finch. Atticus, tell us what you think happened.
At first, I thought Jem stabbed Bob Ewell. Then after Officer Tate told me his side of the story, I was convinced that he didn't stab him.
Oh, now what do you think really happened?
Bob Ewell fell on his own knife.
How do you know that?
I heard some very convincing evidence that changed my mind.
Oh, thank you, Atticus. Now back to the studio.
Thank you, Stephen. We'll have more on the story after these messages.
We're back, and Stephen is with Jem Finch.
Here with Jem Finch, who was a witness during the scene. Jem, can you tell us how you were injured?
I knocked into a tree and broke my elbow while trying to save Scout from Bob Ewell. I can't remember what happened after that because I was knocked unconscious.
What was the last thing you remember during the incident?
And somebody pushed Bob Ewell out of the way and took me and Scout home.
Anything else?
I had nothing else to say.
Thank you, Jem. Now back to the studio.
Now today we learned that Atticus Finch claimed that Bob Ewell fell on his own knife. Now to weather with Jimmy. Breaking news on Bob Ewell's death.
Officer Heck Tate and Dr. Reynolds found fingerprints on the knife that stabbed and killed Bob Ewell.
Here is the video of Boo Radley's arrest.
Now to Stephen.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Boo Radley. Mr. Radley, tell us why you killed Bob.
I was just trying to save the kids.
Anything else you want to say?
No.
Alright, thank you.
Oh, somebody stop him! What do you think?
Now to Officer Tate and Dr. Reynolds with more information.
Thanks, guys. I now have Officer Heck Tate and Dr. Reynolds standing with me. Can you guys explain to me how you figured out that Boo killed Bob?
Well, I found some bruises on Bob Ewell's body, located on the back, chest, and face, around his eyes. I was doing an analysis of his body while Officer Heck Tate was doing an analysis of his knife.
Which is when I inspected the knife and found fingerprints on it. I then compared it to all local suspects in the whole town. And then I figured out that they compared to Boo Radley's fingerprints.
Thank you, Stephen.
Now to Stephen with the reactions of the citizens of Macomb County.
Thanks, Q. Tom, I'm here with Scout Finch's reaction to the murder.
I told you people, I was right the whole time.
Thank you, Scout. I'm now here with Jem Finch. Jem, what's your reaction?
I knew Bob Ewell didn't fall on his own knife. I just didn't know who killed him. I was quite surprised to hear it was Boo Radley. I thought I knew him better.
Thank you, Jem. I'm now here with Atticus Finch. Atticus, what are your reactions?
I was really surprised to hear that Bob Ewell was murdered. Who would have thought that Boo Radley would have killed him?
Do you think the town will change?
I think it'll go back to being a normally quiet town.
Thank you, Atticus. Well, Boo Radley's in jail, the story is solved, and Macomb will try to return to a quiet town. Now back to the studio.
So it turned out to be Boo Radley in prison for life. How about that, Tom?
Not many people would have thought he would do it.
No, we did not.
Macomb can finally live in peace.
I hope the best for all in Macomb.
So there you go, America. The answer to the question of Bob Ewell's death has been found.
That's all we have for today. Now to live coverage of Jimmy ice skating that hits the moon.